Okay, so the selectmen have picked three finalists for the town manager position. And if the fix wasn't already in, you can tell by these resumes that they weren't looking to put forward the most qualified candidates. I'd like to see the rest of the applications because these two guys can't be the cream of the crop. To me, it looks like they're putting up two bums so Crabtree tries to look better with his resume, but he still can't even beat these two bums because he doesn't have the municipal finance, the experience that these guys have. So let's take a look here. The first one we have is Mark Andrews, not to be confused with the Mark Andrews of Saugus from the famous Andrews family. So this guy, 2009 to the present, he's been the town administrator of Wareham. Now, in April of next month, in the middle of the month, he's actually becoming the interim town manager for another town. So that gives you a little bit of a conflict, doesn't it? When he's taking a job in one place and he's going for a job in another. So he's got, what, two and a half years of town administrator experience. So that puts him above Crabtree. Before that, 2007 to 2009, he worked for the city of Lawrence as the budget and finance chief financial officer. So the guy's got good finance background. Unfortunately, 1998 to 2007, he worked for Northern Essex Community College, but he was fired from there because he got arrested and convicted of drunk driving. Now, that was his, I'm not sure, but he's had two drunk driving arrests. One of them he was acquitted on, but this one caused him to lose his job. Before that, he worked for the city of Haverhill, director of economic development and planning. So obviously, this guy has more credentials than Crabtree. You've got the blemish of the DUI, but, is that going to be the final wherewithal? Who knows? So from him, we go on to Michael Slozak. Now, Mr. Slozak, 2009 to 2011, was the town manager in Uxbridge. Population 13,000 plus. He doesn't have anything after July of 2011 on his resume, but he is a lawyer, so I guess he's been just concentrating on his law firm since then. He was the town administrator in South Hadley for 3 months, maybe interim, and he was in Ludlow, Mass, from January of 2004 to July of 2008. So this guy has good experience as a town manager. He's got a law practice in Westboro and Ludlow, his own practice. So this guy obviously has more experience than both Crabtree and Andrews. So this guy would be at the top of the heap. Now, when you take into consideration Crabtree, he has his law degree. He has a Bachelor of Science in Management. And he's in some sort of program for criminal justice. He's a practicing attorney. He worked as an accountant, even though he doesn't have an accounting degree. Well, his management degree was concentration in accounting. And he did work for an accountant for a year. He was a law clerk. He was a police officer for 10 years. The rest of it's student stuff. He was the executive board member, chief negotiator for the Saugus Police Patrol Officers Union, which, if you remember, they lost money. He never filed the taxes with the IRS on behalf of that organization, and they had to pay a ton of money to reconcile the books after he was gone. So that in itself right there, that's his resume. Is that qualified to be a town manager? Come on, people. Now, I didn't advocate for anyone for town manager. It's, that's, I thought we'd see a lot better qualified candidates in the candidate pool. There has to be with 17 people applying. Come on. Now, for instance, everybody's clamoring about having a Saugus resident be the town manager. Well, we have Dave Castellarin. Right now he's the temporary town administrator since December in Swampscott. Previous to that, from 2001, 2011, he's the assistant town administrator for Swampscott and the town accountant. So 11 years as an assistant town administrator to learn on the job how to do all these things. And you're not a qualified candidate to be in the final three? And let me remind people out there, he's met Andy Bisignani, but people are saying he's Andy Bisignani's boy. Couldn't be further from the truth. And I've never lied to you people. I know Dave and I know Andy, and I had to remind Andy who Dave was when we had lunch. Prior to that, 97 to 2000, Dave Castellarin was the town accountant for Winthrop. Before that, 1989 to 1997, so 8 years, he worked for the Mass Department of Revenue as a bureau accountant, field representative accountant. This guy has everything that would make an excellent town manager, and he wasn't even in the final three. That's Saugus politics as usual. He's got his degree in business administration with a major in accounting from Merrimack College. So how can Dave Castellarin not be at least in the final three? His resume and his experience far better than anybody that's in the final three. If Crabtree is given this position and the selectmen just go forward with their own agenda, the people of Saugus haven't been heard. Are we just going to allow them to do whatever they want? I urge you to call your selectmen. Call Castanetti and call Julie Mitchell. Because the other three have been on Crabtree's privates since he's been around. So the other two are the only two who can swing votes here. And, you know, I'm just, as a resident of Saugus, a longtime resident, I'm just appalled that the selectmen are doing this and just pushing this through. Crabtree's going to be running the town, and he's going to be running the selectmen, even though it's supposed to be vice versa. Obviously, they've become so enamored with Scott Crabtree that they're going to do whatever he wants. So he's put this deal into play well before the last election. So if you want to continue to be played and have somebody that's not qualified to be the town manager, then just go along with it like sheep.